What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It's available under my YouTube music channel, and it is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics and short-form videos just like these. So check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's get into today's topic. Now, there's a lot of folks out there, and I'm not trying to take anything away from them, right? I'm not trying to take anything away from them. They're all trying to figure out ways in which the company can monetize or generate revenue, right? So, Brave Tofu's been out there talking about ads. You had a bunch of other folks, posting stuff on X and, in Discord, just trying to find ways in which the company can earn consistent revenue. I don't want to take anything away from that. I think what they're doing is good. Matt shut some of it down here and there, but at the end of the day, if you're looking to support the company, if you're wanting the company to, find ways to be supported, the easiest way is buying Rebellion packs. Like, I hate to say it that way, because I'm not trying to shill Rebellion packs. I'm not trying to make you go out and buy it. I'm not working for the company by any means, right? Sorry, I'm not actively marketing for the company. And for those, yes, I have just to be clear, I have done contract work for the company in the past as a musician, right? And working with the creative team. So, this is not me trying to say, oh, you should go out and buy a bunch of Rebellion packs if that's how, blah, blah, blah. But I've been a proponent for this for the longest time because it helps the game economy, of which I am heavily invested, and I want to see the game economy get into a better place. So that is my bias there, right? But now with all this talk about how can the company earn revenue? Well, it's kind of right there. It's been staring us in the face this entire year, pretty much, right? Since December of last year. And obviously, the sales for this have not been anywhere near what I think we were all hoping. We haven't even crossed 1 million packs sold, and Matt's initial goal of 1.5 million packs is something that I thought that we could achieve relatively easily. We're struggling to get there now. Matt doesn't think that we can get it. I'm still somewhat hopeful that we will. And the reason that I'm saying that this is probably the easiest, well, not the easiest, but it is, no, sorry, let me rephrase. It is the easiest way. If you want to go in and support the company right now, this technically is the easiest way, right? Because this is already set up. It does multiple things at the same time, right? When you buy packs from the store, that DEC goes to the team. The team the team gets half of it, the DAO gets the other half of it, but also we're locking up DEC in the DAO. It creates volume for DEC, and then of course we're locking up DEC in the DAO, which reduces the overall circulating supply and hopefully gets us closer to peg. So that 2,000 DEC that the team is receiving is not quite worth the $2 that it is now, but the closer that we get up there, the better it is for everybody, right? Everybody involved. Flywheel, the DAO, because the DAO is holding that value, and then the team, who is also holding the same value. So in coming back to this, right, if we're just looking at the numbers here, and this is why I'm so big on this, I want us to hit that goal of another 500,000 packs sold, because if you break down the numbers, right, that's roughly $1 million in DEC that the team would be receiving. Now, again, DEC is not a peg. Hopefully, if we were to see a massive spike in sales, we would get that. But knowing now that the team's revenue per month is around that 250,000 range, you'd get about 4 months of runway. What would that do for us? I mean, at this point, right, let's assume October's done. November, December, November, December, January, February. This would get us almost to the end of Q1, which would be right in time or right in line with the launch of the next core set, right? I think that the core set might come in sometime in October. Oh my God, why do I keep saying October? I guess we're in October. The core set will be coming sometime in Q2, which would be anywhere from April to June. And this is all assuming that we don't get a mini set, right? That's still on the table technically. But if we were to get a mini set, then this is not necessarily moot, but that would be in additional and incremental to this. But with where the team is at currently, it would allow us to have another 4 months of runway, followed by a potential pack sale, right, of the new set that would launch, and hopefully all the cool things that would come with that. So again, I'm just trying to harp on the numbers here because they make a tremendous amount of sense to me. And the one thing that I want to dig into, really the purpose of the video, was to show just how low it is in terms of like the overall player numbers. 500,000 packs, if I'm doing my math correctly, right? I'm going to pull up I'm going to pull this up. So 500,000 packs divided by roughly 3,400 packs to max out a copy, right? So 500,000 divided by 3,400 is 147 players being able to play at the max level. Now, I know there's only a couple thousand people playing here. Most of them are already heavily invested. They're not looking at this and saying, I want to go and spend another $10,000 on packs. And again, I'm not forcing anybody to. I'm not saying that you have to. But I am saying if there are those players out there that want that, are looking for ways to support, even if you already have a maxed Rebellion set. I want to be very clear. I don't own any Rebellion cards. I am thinking about buying in once the conflicts are over, and maybe this video will become irrelevant as soon as conflicts are over and we see what the true demand is like. But my whole point with this is like, it's 150 players. And when you look at that, right, when you look at 500,000 packs is only roughly 150 players at max decks or with the max collection for Rebellion. And then you extrapolate that, right? So there's like, we'll just say roughly 1 million packs now. I mean, we're talking about less than 500 players that could be playing at the max level for Rebellion. Like, that's not very high. I do think that that's actually somewhat achievable, right? At the current situation with like less than 1 million packs, it's probably around, 300 players, probably even less than that, right? Considering that many players don't even have these cards maxed. So it's a tiny, tiny amount, which again, just makes me believe that it is attainable and achievable once we start to see what the future direction is, right? Meaning, like, are we going to get a mini set? We'll see how the Hall of Legends promo goes. We'll see if there's a lift in the market from Bitcoin in Q4 and Q4 of the year they're having, right? We'll also get a better idea of when the next core set could potentially be coming, if there's going to be a mini set or not, right? So there's a bunch of things that I think could play out and will play out over the next 2 months that will allow us to get a better idea. But as I was talking about in the live stream yesterday, we would really need to start seeing sales pick up sometime in November, because I believe it's like November 26th. I think November 26th is what I had earmarked for. Like, we would need to buy the sale would need to be done by November 26th, right? Because that's when we hit 500,000 packs, right? Or only 500,000 packs remaining. So if we just kind of float along with no major like real pack sales between now and then, and we are getting a couple hundred a day, then we'd essentially have to sell out by the end of November. But that does leave us a month to really figure out where the chips fall, where things land in terms of, the conflicts ending around like October 19th, I think. So that gives us like a month and roughly a week, a little bit more than a month between then and when we would hit that 500,000 pack range. So I expect like the second half of October and, the first half of November to be kind of crazy. And again, not necessarily like, people throwing crazy amounts of money, but I do expect it to be crazy in the sense of the market repricing itself appropriately and us seeing what the true demand is based on what's currently out there. Because I think a lot of these cards are going to be coming off wagons and they will either hit the market in terms of rentals or they'll hit the market in terms of sales. And once that's done, I think a lot of folks like myself who have been waiting on the sidelines and looking to see, well, what's the value going to be? If it's holding quite well, that's the time to go in and get these packs for $4, right? Or actually even less than that now. If you're buying with DEC, you're getting it close to like, $3.25. So again, just sharing this with you guys. I know that there's a lot of effort, and I'm not trying to take anything away from that. Like I said, I don't want to take anything away from that. But at the end of the day, this is going to be the thing that is going to allow the company to earn a ton of revenue and a ton of runway in the short to medium term. Now, again, the reason I don't want to take away anything of what people are doing is because they're looking for ways in which we can get consistent revenue, right? The ads or whatever the case is. So please keep coming with those ideas. I'm just saying, like, right now, this generates enough revenue for the foreseeable future and gets us to a point where we're in, the middle of Q1, maybe in Q2 of next year, with enough capital to continue running, and hopefully the bull runs in full effect. Hopefully the bull runs in full effect, and we have the bull runs in full effect, and we have the next pack set, knowing that it'll be there sometime in Q2, ideally. And again, if that doesn't happen, pack set gets pushed all the way to the end of the year. that's only going to be due to a mini set, which we know from the whales right now that there's an appetite for that already. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Just thought I would put this out there as like the easy way to support the company right now in terms of revenue. Again, this doesn't, and the reason I'm saying easy, just to close out this video, the reason I'm saying it's easy is because it doesn't require any additional resources. It doesn't require any development. It just requires people going in and buying. And I do think that the numbers support it, right? Like as I was saying, 147, so we'll just say round up to 150. If only 450 players are able to play at the top tier in the next modern format, that seems relatively low to me, and I do think that there will be a demand for it. And if there's not a demand for it, here's the good part. If there's not a demand for it, in order to be competitive, I think people will go in and buy the next set when that does come out, just to be able to compete. So we'll see how this goes. Again, I know I was a little bit rambly in this video, but just wanted to share the numbers with you once again as we're entering into the final stages of the conflicts here. So that's all I got for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.